Phone rang at 5 p.m. It was October 15th. I tried to ignore it. I had already had plans with a few bottles of whiskey. They sure as hell weren't making it easy on me. God, Doug, I knew this wouldn't be good. No surprise, he needed a favor. Some punk was late on payments, which was just one bad mark on a list of indiscretions that did not suit our expectations for him, and did not fall in line with our ambition for this town. I was to put the fear of God in him for starters. I had not been asked to kill anyone for a while. I had asked not to be involved with this particular aspect of our business. Doug was in a fix, so we called. Take care of this rather unpleasantly was Doug's request. I had neglected to tell him that one of the bottles of whiskey was already gone. I didn't fight him for too long though. Christ, what was one more worthless wretch? He sure as hell wasn't the first, and he most likely wouldn't be the last. Their faces all blended together and became one. I pretended they all had to come in, the whole process became such routine. My man had been spotted at a rival club 30 minutes earlier. Our sources followed him home. All the information I need to give him one hell of a bad last night. Midtown, what a hellhole. I hated every second of being here. .108, this was it. It was time to get it together and look real ugly. The kid was in bad shape. Bleeding and broken, he was even more pitiful. I stood over him. He couldn't get back up to beg on his knees properly, so I pleaded from where he lay. I had heard it all before. I thought to myself, if he had known this is how he'd end up, would he have done things differently? I came to the conclusion that a bastard in life is a bastard in death just the same. It was time to end it. So why didn't I do it? Hell, I don't know. It was my first act of mercy in a life of sin and blood. I was overdue. I walked around for hours. The morning crept up on me and there was nothing but emptiness and a dead city sleeping. It was the kind of feeling you could easily see ending it all, make one last desperate attempt for escape, with inexplicable tears blinding you, with silent prayers and broken-hearted pleas. I decided to go to the park and clear my head. The park was a graveyard, silent and gray. The placid waters was a stark contrast to the way I felt inside. The trees that covered my head became sinister in the night with their creeping branches that looked as if they swallowed me up in a minute. Although it was quieter than hell, I didn't hear the footsteps coming up from behind me. For only an instant I felt the cold muzzle of a gun press against the back of my head. The kid had been following me all night and he made his move when I was alone in the park with my back to him. For an instant I lost sight if the kid was my killer, or if he was returning the mercy I had showed him. In only an instant the kid pulled the trigger and I fell to the wet ground. You close your eyes, and the stupid pale glow fades from your body.